Okay, gang, we are here, but we are heading on the Mount Washington Auto Road. I am excited. I've never done this. We're going to climb to just over 6,000 feet on the Spyder. This is quite a journey. I'm told we go through a few different ecosystems or weather systems. Attention, the Mount Washington Auto Road is a steep, narrow mountain road without guardrails. If you have a fear of heights, you may not appreciate this driving experience. I like it already. So I will note that our elevation right now is just about 1,600 feet. Temperature, so if you watch my last video, the one on the Can-Am Highway, this is not right. The Spyder's saying 88. This was just saying like 85, and now it's saying 61. It is not 61 degrees. Hey, good. How are you doing?
$35, please.
I'm gonna just shut down here. Oh, super. This bike, climb Mount Washington. Now I'm not gonna do anything with this, but I'll put it in here for now. Thank you. Okay, gang, let's go. But anyway, back to the 61 degrees Fahrenheit. That just started today when I shot the Can-Am Highway video. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I can tell you right now, if it was 61 degrees, I'd have my jacket on, I'd have my gloves on. I'm going to definitely put them on as we climb because it's going to get colder. And unfortunately, I've got to... Oh, this is such an awesome road. I've got to use the Spyder's thermometer, which is notoriously inaccurate as a gauge because this thing is now a joke. If you've got a Garmin Zumo XT or even an XT2 and you've experienced this, let me know what you think. This is totally awesome. I can see what they mean about 25 miles per hour. I didn't realize it was this narrow, and I'm going to take my sun shield up, lift my sun shield up, because there's a drop off. Not everywhere, but in some spots. Like if my right tire were to skirt just beyond the edge of the road, that's it. Like right there. That's it. I mentioned in my last video on the Can-Am Highway that I think, or maybe it was the Lakes region video, that I've bottomed out twice on the Spyder. If your right tire just goes off the road, that's not a shoulder there. That's it. You're going to bottom out, and my guess is the thing could tip. I know it's got stability control and all the rest of it, but I don't think it was designed for that. This is so awesome. We are now at 2,000 feet, gang, and climbing. According to my phone GPS, this is a 20-minute ride, so I'm just letting the GPS run. I'm not going to stop it. I'll edit it, and my guess is there are some pull-offs that we're going to want to stop at. This is so awesome. So this is by far like better than any road I've ridden on. Now, I've not ridden on some of the more infamous roads like the Tail of the Dragon and the Triple Nickel in Ohio and whatnot, but this is by far the coolest, and we're only like a couple of minutes into it. Look at this. This is one of those videos that, like, I really hope there's no malfunction with the GoPro camera or with the user of the GoPro camera. Now, I'm staying overnight in North Conway tonight. If that were to happen, I'll know about it before I go to bed, and I'll be here tomorrow morning. I am certain that they have pull-offs where you get like kind of panoramic views. I mean, I'm loving this right now. I just saw a mile marker that said 2 miles. Now, I believe this is a 7-mile run. And yeah, my GPS is saying 5.6. My phone is saying 5.6 miles left. So that makes sense. I'm not a drinker. I've mentioned that on a couple of my videos, but I would not want to like imbibe any amount of beer, liquor, or wine, or whatever, and then do this road. Because your judgment needs to be honed. Like if you were to drive off right here, that's it. It's not like this thing's going to flip over. It's going to tumble, and it's going to tumble on you. And if you're in a car, at least you've got the cage around you, but I wouldn't want to do that either. Look, I'm in second gear. I'm downshifting into first gear. That's how slow we're going. This is so awesome. So we are now at 3,100 feet. So you can see with this road, it's not up and down. We're just going up. Whoa, what a view there. I really hope we get a pull-off here soon. Now look at the peak dead ahead. It's miles off in the distance, but can you see that peak? It's gonna peek through right there. That's pretty cool. I think this is like a road where, at least on the Spyder, you're in first. I just put it in first or second gear, and that's it. Now they say, I've done a little homework, they say coming down in a car, put it in low gear so you don't, you know, burn up your brakes. It's going to be interesting coming down this. Depending on how things go, I may or may not shoot some video coming down. I'll tell you what, if I'm coming down and I have a brake problem, my brakes are overheating or something, and I cannot imagine that happening. With a motorcycle, my gear ratio is much, I can put it into first or second gear coming down and go to a crawl. I don't think I'm going to do that because I'll be going too slow. Okay, we're going to pull off here. Okay, so not a big expansive view, but cool nevertheless. Water for radiator only. Now that is cool. Look at that, water coming down from the mountain for your radiator. That is awesome. Entering fragile Alpine zone. I mentioned that we'd be crossing different temperate zones. I think there are 3. We're now at 3,800 feet. The temperature, according to the Spyder, hasn't moved. We're at 61. Awesome. I think that's a Suzuki V-Strom. I had a couple of those first gens V-Stroms. One of the best bikes ever. They've changed them a couple of times since, but that first gen was such a great bike. Okay, the Spyder though is down to 84 degrees in terms of the thermometer. Oh wow, wowee! This is not smart standing up right here, but no one's behind me, so no one's gonna mind. Oh my word. Oh my word. My engine temperature gauge has not, well, quite frankly, has never gone beyond the halfway point. So that's a good sign. I'm not worried about overheating until I see that thing creep past the halfway point. If that happens, I'll just pull off at an overlook and just shut it down for a bit. This is so cool. We've got 3 miles to go, so we're just past the halfway point according to my iPhone. Oh, this is awesome. So in the little homework I've done by going to their website, the Mount Washington Auto Road website, you can ride ATVs up this. You've got to make reservations to do it, but I guess that's what these folks are doing. I think that's super cool. Not an ATV, it's a UTV, but that's a technicality, right? We're now at 4,300 feet. My ears are popping, they're doing something. Now you can see off to the right, if you're not paying attention, if you're enjoying the view or something, as I sometimes do on some of these roads, as you know, if your tire just creeps just a little bit off the road, that's the end of it. Thing's gonna bottom out, you're gonna smash, your body's gonna get smashed into the, I'm talking about on a Spyder. You're gonna get smashed into the ledge. That would be a very bad day. The engine temperature gauge has not gone past the halfway point. I mean, it's never done that, and if it's going to do it, it's going to do it today. So what I don't know, because it's never done it, is it one of those things where, kind of like the fuel gauge in some vehicles, where okay, it's at that halfway point and then all of a sudden it's at like full on red hot reading. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. There's some ski area there. You can see all the, oh, that's Wildcat. I've skied Wildcat. It's awesome. Very cold. You're on the north face of a mountain. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And we still have a long way to go. 4,800 feet. I am hungry. I had kind of a late breakfast. Awesome, KTM. I had a late breakfast just at the very beginning of the Lakes region video that I cut, and that was hours ago. And by the time I climb and then descend this mountain, I'm going to be really hungry. There's a great little Mexican restaurant in North Conway I've eaten at. I think I'm going to eat there. Is that not majestic, that view? I don't want to take my eyes off the road, but like, I just can't help it. I just can't help it. That's just incredible. 5,100 feet. So we've got about 1,000 feet to go. Should we pull in here? Yeah, we'll pull in here real quick. Not bad, huh? But we have more to see. Husqvarna. Husqvarna, I guess they pronounce it. When I bought my KTM, I looked at the Husqvarna Norden. I believe they call it the 901, which is essentially the KTM 890 Adventure. You know, their sister companies. And I forgot why. I think the dealer had a KTM in the crate, and I think it was as simple as that. Okay, we're at 5,300 feet. The exhaust, not the exhaust gas temperature, the engine temperature gauge is still at the halfway point. That's a good sign. We have beautiful views to our right. We're climbing to our left. The GoPro blinking light is blinking. That's a good sign. When that's not blinking, that's a bad sign. The first video I shot, not the first, the second day I had the Spyder, and the second video I shot, I had the camera mounted in such a way so I couldn't see the little red blinking light. I didn't think anything of it, but when my GoPro conked out on me, and I didn't know the beeps and the signals and whatnot, but when it conked out on me, I didn't know it, and I was talking to myself, whoa, this is really steep. I don't know if you can make this out, but this grade is really steep. Wow. 5,600. I can see why coming down this hill would be unnerving on people's nerves and on brakes. It's getting chilly. Now, the Spyder says 81 degrees. The Garmin, this is beautiful, says 61, which is the same temperature it had at the base. I've got to pull over here. I'm going to put my jacket on, give the Spyder a little break. Gang, I'm going to shut off the GoPro here, take a little break, put my jacket and gloves on, take a drink, and then we're going to continue up the mountain. So don't go anywhere. Okay, gang, we're back. That was a very short break. I feel much more comfortable with my mesh jacket on. Even though it's mesh, it still feels good to have a jacket on. Gosh, I wasn't thinking in terms of elevation. I probably should have just continued on to the summit and taken a break there. We're going to take a break there. We're going to enjoy some majestic views. Oh my gosh, look at that view right there. Oh yeah, awesome. So we didn't go through any clouds. We didn't go through any like rain systems or anything. That's a good thing. I knew the forecast was for like a very sunny, beautiful day, so I'm not really surprised that that's the case. Oh my gosh, is that a drone? Is that a glider? Dead ahead, can you see that? I don't want to kill myself, but there's a plane right there. It looks like a glider, but it looks very small, but it could be that it's far away. Where'd it get dropped from? Now I can't see it, but it was right there. I'm hoping you saw it. Oh my gosh, where'd it go? I don't want to like run off the road here, but there was a glider right there. You know what I mean, the gliders that they drop from planes. Maybe it was a remote control thing? Huh. I'm not crazy. I just hope it comes out in the video. Oh, now look at that. So that's the observation platform up there. We just crossed 6,000 feet. We're about to cross 6,100 feet. Okay, now if you see there's a railroad track right there, I don't know if you can make it out with the GoPro, but that's for what's called the cog railway. And it's a cog railroad where I guess there's a pulley system that pulls the railroad up. Oh, a Spyder at the end of the adventure bikes. Can you see that right there, that railroad? I'd like to do that sometime. Which way do I go? Service road, do not drive up. Okay, that makes it clear. We're at 6,160 feet. The temperature gauge is still right at the halfway point. The Garmin is still telling me it's 61 degrees. Okay, Garmin, what gives? If someone's got a Garmin XT, have you experienced that? If you've got an XT2, have you experienced that? Oh, wow. Parking. I'm going to just climb to see what's going on up here. Even if we can't get a spot, I still want to check it out. Oh my. We got a spot. Right near the Africa Twin. Awesome. Okay, so if I ever get to the point where I want to get out of the business of being a Spyder minimalist, I buy a car and I decide to go back to two-wheel motorcycles, gang, that's it right there. I just love this thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is shut down the GoPro and I'm going to take you up there with the iPhone. I think that'll give us a better vantage point. So if you thought I was crazy, there's the glider, and it is powered. It is a drone of some sort. I could hear it. We'll catch it again in a minute. Not a bad view, gang, not a bad view. To put it into perspective, there's the Spyder right there. And I'll give you kind of a panoramic, I hope that drone flies by again. This is that cog railway that I mentioned earlier. So the pink thing is the passenger platform, and I guess the blue thing is the thing that has the, I don't know, the engine that pulls it on pulleys up the mountain and down the mountain. And speak of the devil, so we're in for a real treat. I don't know how often this happens, but so we're at the top of Mount Washington right now, and slowly coming up the hill is the cog railway. To put it into perspective, look at the car and the two motorcycles just beyond the cog railway, and look at the difference in distance. And while this thing's probably going a more direct route, my guess is that's a long journey. Very, very long journey. But it must be cool nevertheless. But isn't that view just like incredible? So I just had a great conversation with these three guys. It's a father and his two boys. One boy has the Africa Twin. One guy has the KTM 790 Adventure, and the father's got an Africa Twin too. And they're YouTubers and great guys. One's from Utah. One of the boys is from Utah, and the other boy and his father are from live in Virginia. So they're really traveling. So we've seen the summit, and I'm not sure how much better the views are, although I can see being on this side of the road, the views are pretty spectacular. That's Wildcat Ski Mountain right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue running this. I'll tell you what, if you've liked this video and you would hit like, I sure would appreciate that. I'm thinking this is going to be one of my more epic videos, but we'll see as I'm editing it tonight. We're at 6,148 feet. We were just over 6,200 feet, I guess, at the summit. It is cold up here. It is cold. I mean, I've got a mesh jacket on, I'm fine with it, but oh my gosh, what is that black smoke? What is going on there? Is someone giving smoke? Oh, that must be the cog railway. yeah, that's too focused to be like a fire or anything else. Yeah, that's obvious. That's obviously the cog railway, right? I know my head's jerking back and forth, but I wanted you to see that. So again, if you like this video, I sure would appreciate it if you'd hit like. I'm in first gear right now. I'll put it in second, but I don't want to go too fast down this hill. But if you would subscribe, if you don't already subscribe. My next video will be kind of a little tour of Mount Washington Valley. So this is Mount Washington, and as you would expect, Mount Washington Valley is kind of the valley below. Little towns like North Conway, which is kind of a tourist mecca for folks in the Northeast. Jackson, New Hampshire, which is really a cute little town. It's got a cute little covered bridge. I'll give you the tour, and I'm going to shoot that video tomorrow. When I say tomorrow, so today I shot 4 videos. The Big Dig Tunnel video, the Lakes region of New Hampshire video, the Can-Am Highway video, and this video. 4 videos. I'm going to try to edit all of these tonight in my hotel room on my iPad Pro. And then tomorrow I will shoot the Mount Washington Valley video, and then I'll head back to Rhode Island visiting family. Look at that. Is this not like unbelievable? So even though I'm in first gear, I'm still using the brakes. So I can see where brakes, you know, I've got Brembos. I'm assuming I'm not going to have a problem because I do use my gearing more than probably the average rider. But anyway, if you'd subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. And until the next video, you have a great day. Signing off from Mount Washington, New Hampshire. This is Chris, the Spyder Minimalist.